Shadows on the Horizon. A Tale of Survival and Hope. The Call of the Sea. Diego and Raul, two seasoned sailor hunters, prepared for their latest expedition aboard the Sea Hawk, a sturdy but aging fishing vessel. The sun shimmered on the water as they set sail, ready for another long but rewarding hunt. The ocean, their second home, stretched endlessly before them, inviting and mysterious. A bountiful hunt. The day was generous. Diego and Raul worked tirelessly, catching fish and celebrating their luck. The sea was calm, and the wind carried the scent of salt and adventure. But as the sun dipped below the horizon, a strange unease settled over them, an unspoken warning carried by the shifting winds. The silent engine nightfall brought disaster. Just as they were preparing to head back, the boat's engine sputtered violently before falling silent. Diego tried everything to restart it, but the Sea Hawk refused to move. Panic crept into Raul's voice as they realized they were now at the mercy of the current, drifting farther into the abyss. The first night adrift, with no power and no way to communicate, the first night was eerily quiet. The waves rocked them gently, but sleep was impossible. Every creak of the boat sounded ominous. They lit a signal lantern, hoping for a passing vessel to see them, but the darkness swallowed their light. Passing ships, fading hope. Morning came with no relief. A large cargo ship appeared on the horizon, and their spirits soared. They waved their arms, shouted, and even lit a flare, but the ship passed by, unaware of their silent cries for help. It felt like the sea itself was conspiring to keep them lost. Sun and salt days passed, and supplies ran dangerously low. The sun became their greatest enemy, burning their skin and drying their throats. They rationed the little water they had left, but thirst gnawed at them. Raul's voice became weak, his movements sluggish. Diego fought to stay strong, but doubt crept in. Would they ever see land again? The 9th day. By the 9th day, Raul could no longer move. He lay on the deck, barely conscious, while Diego whispered encouragements, but even he felt his strength slipping. The nights had become a cruel contrast, cold, dark, and filled with shadows of seagulls circling overhead. Were they waiting for the inevitable? A shadow in the sun. Just when all hope seemed lost, Diego saw something, a dark shape against the rising sun. A fishing vessel, the mariner's hope, approached. He summoned the last of his strength to wave weakly, praying they would be seen. The boat slowed, and voices shouted in alarm. They had been found. Rescued strong arms lifted them onto the larger vessel. Water was pressed to their lips, blankets wrapped around their shaking bodies. The fishermen looked at them with shock. Two men, barely alive, pulled from the jaws of the sea. "You're safe now," someone said, and for the first time in days, Diego allowed himself to believe it. Home again. When they finally returned to shore, their families were waiting. Tears flowed freely as they collapsed into warm embraces. They had been swallowed by the sea, lost in its merciless depths, but they had returned, scarred, changed, but alive.